Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 12 Volt News. Before we dig deep into these hard-hitting stories, as always, I mean, what's the weather going to be like today?
Right now it's 63 degrees. The high is going to be 75 and the low is going to be 55.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. I'm sure those of you out there can understand that. Temperatures have dropped substantially, and of course they're now on their way back up. It's the roller coaster of the planet kicking and screaming its way into winter. Kicking and screaming. We had a pretty cold week. We had a serious cold spell. For us, it got down to like 35, which was just insanity. But for the rest of you, good morning. 48 and sunny. South Carolina headed to 68 and sunny. There you go. Springfield checking in 35 with a high of 48. Good morning. Destin is 60 this morning with a high of 72. Good morning from Kentucky. Good morning from San Diego. It's beautiful and 60 this morning with a high of 68. Pizza Dave checking in. Good morning from Vermont. Currently 34 and lots of sun. High of 38 today. Took my couples run of the season this morning. Oh, very
Fantastic.
Nice. Very nice. Good morning, Pacific Northwest. Rainy and 42 today. Oh, shocker. Expected 3 to 4 inches of rain today. Oh, it's going to be really wet. Dang. I mean, you know. Good morning. Happy Friday. Top of the day to everyone.
Hello.
Good morning. 65 in Houston.
Fantastic.
As well as, where do I go? Sounds good type of morning. Fernando broke out the hoodie. Yeah, I mean, wear hoodies all week. It's definitely been one of those. Brad checking in. Good morning from Modesto. Currently 57. High today of 64 with 30% chance of rain. Full and complete news. Weather coming to you from Brad. Sunny and 45 in North Carolina. A high of 66. 65 and windy in Fort Worth, Texas. I've got some news. Wife's expecting due in June.
Ooh.
Well, congratulations. That's a good thing. Maybe. I don't know.
Really? I don't know.
I mean, I would
congratulations,
hope so.
Bro.
Yeah, I just go with congratulations, and then they can go, oh, we weren't planning, it was an accident. And go, oh well, bonus. But no, congratulations. I hope this was something you guys were looking forward to. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
We get in some sweet, clean, clear Houston 61 weather.
Very good.
Whoa, hold on. What is going on here? Work. There we go. That Florida 5-star logo looks cool as hell. Yes, it's because I do cool as hell things. It's just what we do. I heard it was raining iguanas there. So not technically raining, but obviously they're cold-blooded animals, and when it gets really cold here, they freeze. And so we're going to like a hibernative state. So they'll just, if they're not secure, they'll just fall out of the tree, which I still think is a good thing. Like, it makes cleaning them up easy because they are an invasive species. They're not pets. Somebody that had them as a pet in one of the storms is the reason why we have them. So they are a nuisance animal that, like, you're free to get rid of. So, you know, in my mind, I was like, well, if these things are dropping out of trees, I would literally just walk around with a nail gun and just end.
Wow.
Well, they're not going to, you don't have to chase them. I mean, you have to shoot them, or you have to chase them with a machete. So now you just walk around with a nail gun, poop, you know. up on the rooftop. Poop, poop, and all your iguana problems are over. They're an invasive species. They ruin the ecosystem. It's not mean. The fact that they're here is mean. It's mean to everything that was here that's supposed to be here. That's what invasive species mean. Just because something has 4 legs, it doesn't belong here. It shouldn't be here. That's why they kill all the tiger fish or lion's fish in the ocean here, because they just eat everything and ruin. That's the savage. Totally. If you ain't supposed to be here, man, gotta go. I didn't know that the iguanas were an invasive species there. Yes. So we have chameleons, which are little lizards, but we've never had iguanas, just like we're not supposed to have pythons and anacondas and all this other crap. It was because of one of the storms that we had where all of this got out. And so one of the Miami storms. And because of that, they have just, because they're, again, people that see them and go, ah, and it's like, no, they gotta go. Gators are gators. Gators were natural, but we also now have crocodiles, which there again we're probably not supposed to have, but we do. So that's fun. Yeah, there's 1,000 ways to die in Florida by anything other than the Florida man. It's the Florida animal man. So, anyways, let's move on from that. Let's just jump right into it. That's a good segue into the news. We got a ton of news to talk. I mean, SEMA just dropped it on us. So let me pop this up here real quick. This first segment. This news is stolen from the good friends at CE Outlook. All the stories we're getting ready to drop on you. If you'd like to know more, or you'd like to see some of the stories we didn't report on because they were small and we have big stories, well, then head over to ceoutlook.com. As always, there's links in the description for everything we're going to talk about. Yeah, thanks, guys, for doing Did you get a chance to say hi to Amy?
I think so.
Yeah, she was there. It was fun. All right, so we got a ton of new product news. Let's drop this here. Let's hit this button. Let's turn that on. Garmin, aka JL Audio, introduces 2 new compact amplifiers, a 5-channel and a 4-channel. Okay. The 2 ohm rating is 100 watts. They don't even bother to give the 4 ohm rating because it sucks. One of the comments on this was actually quite funny because it was like, why was JL Audio even there, aka Garmin? And that was the truth. They had a beautiful booth at SEMA, and in the corner was watches and GPSs, and there was nobody there that actually knew anything about audio. Like Manville didn't come, and all of the cool guys that do audio weren't there. It was just a bunch of dudes and corporate guys with suits and looking very dapper, as it were. They even paid to have one of Chris Pate's trucks in their booth that was fantastic, and it never got played, never got opened. They don't even wrap things with JL Audio anymore. They wrap them and they say Garmin, and it's like, ooh, it's a box. So it was very depressing to see this company just being manhandled by this other company, knowing that majority of the companies in the room are owned by somebody else, but yet they've let them be their own company. And Garmin is just like very hardcore on these things. It's very odd. It's very odd how much of just a smack in the face JL is getting. But if you're a JL fan and you'd like a new compact amplifier, which I don't think this picture is of them, they have 2 new straight power amplifiers. Yay. Cool deal. Speaking of amplifiers, Bosch ships new Elite amplifiers. Now, these amplifiers are really sexy looking little guys. We have them. They're sitting in a box at my house right now. So one of the big things on this is True Power Amplifier is basically what they're promoting, meaning that what they're supposed to be, they do. And so much so when they sent them to us, they also emailed us what are called the one sheets, which are talking points on the amplifiers. And right there, they have pictures of the dyno runs that they've done on these amplifiers. So they've already dynoed them to be like, hey, look, here's the stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So essentially, we're going to take them and dyno them and just make sure their dyno and our dyno match up. So I don't know how it wouldn't, because that's the one thing you really can't do is fake a dyno. But they look really sharp. They're kind of cool. You'll know more as soon as we get them in here and start playing with them. So pretty excited about that. And then on the other side of the coin, doing something that's just so totally like, wow, okay, guys, oh, that's what you, yeah. Kicker debuts a new 18-inch subwoofer. Yeah, man. And unfortunately, the scale there just doesn't do anything, because this thing is massive. I mean, it is gigantic. It's one of those things you look at and you go, is that real? Oh yeah, I guess it is. The magnet on this thing is just like, it's like a 12-inch subwoofer. It's so big. And that's not to say that there isn't plenty of woofers out there with giant magnets on them, because Sundown was there and a couple of the other bass head guys, and they have some simply outrageously huge woofers. Something about this one though, just, I don't know if it's the way they made the cone with that paper pulp rugged look on the back to make it extra. They're just the dust cap, but everything on this woofer just looks big. Like, that's 4-gauge wire running through there. That's not 8-gauge. I mean, it's massive. So yeah, it was pretty impressive to see. And for those of you bass heads out there that are like, yeah, I want one, boom, there you go. Start saving. Maybe you'll get one for Christmas. I don't know when the thing's going to ship, but yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I don't want one, but I'm still excited. Another thing that we talked about earlier this week was Harman introduced a new sub. So Harman International, aka JBL Infinity and 20 other brands, introduced Harman Kardon back into the automotive space last year at SEMA with a very small line of products, like a 6x9, a 2 3/4 coaxial that comes with bezels to mount it up to a 3.5. A 6.5 and a 6.5-inch coaxial, very thin line, nothing over the top. They realized they needed a subwoofer in the line, so they came out with this guy here, which I'm sure they just dusted off a half dozen of their patents that they own and came up with this. That cone that you see in the front is a solid piece of aluminum. It's very cool looking shallow mount driver. And of course, that's right, they made a shallow mount driver. They didn't even bother to go full depth, because they realized that, well, the shallow mount woofer is probably I don't know if it's outselling, but in their math, they're doing a whole bunch of shallow woofers. So yeah, that's what we got, a shallow woofer. They also came out with a amplified subwoofer enclosure, one of the little, what we call the magic JBL boxes in the Harman line. But one of the comments for this wasn't it just a rebadged Infinity? No, it's not a rebadged JBL or Infinity. This is the largest audio company on the face of the earth. Period. Harman International, aka Samsung owned. Wow, wait, Samsung owns them and they don't, it's not called Samsung Audio? Oh my gosh, Garmin, see how it's done? Crazy. It just says a Samsung company on little tiny print. Anyways, they are the largest audio manufacturer on the planet, which was been doubled down. We talked earlier how they acquired another 30 brands, it seems like. So they own basically everybody. It's easier to say who they don't own than it is to say who they own. Either way, they've got all the patents. They make amazing stuff. And this woofer is specifically designed for Harman Kardon. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Did you like it?
Yeah,
I thought it was cool
yeah.
looking. I mean, we both kind of sat there. We're like, ooh. Our good friends at Thinkware have introduced 3 new dash cams. Now, the funny story about SEMA was there was an abundance of 2 things. Do you know what those 2 things are?
Mm-mm.
Dash cams and Chinese radios. They were everywhere. It seemed like everyone was selling dash cams. Everybody was selling dash cams. Literally just you turn the corner and here's a dash cam manufacturer. There was a couple dash cam companies like Thinkware and Blackview that were yeah. And the other ones were just like, I don't know what your name is, dash cam. But it seems like this is the low hanging fruit right now. It kind of reminds me a lot of like the overhead market back in the late 90s, where everything is like we had $1,000 overheads, and then They gradually turned into $50 overheads because everyone just started importing drop-down screens from the headliners, what I'm talking about, or headrest monitors. And eventually what it did is just totally destroyed the market, and the manufacturers started putting them in their cars, and then the iPads came out, and that was the end of all of it. But I'm sure dash cams will follow suit. Eventually, they'll just be dash cams from the manufacturers installed in the cars, because most of these cars already have front-facing cameras in them for other systems. So why not, right? I mean, just add a DVR or SD card slot and call it a day. I believe Nissan is already doing that in the Armada. So it's there. And Teslas all have surround cams that you can pay for that service. Now, as far as paying for the service, if you'd like the LTE hookup for this so that you can utilize on their new Max awesome camera that has radar, perimeter sensing, and all this, very similar to one we talked about the other week that somebody just also came out with. It seems to be that's the new flagship dash cam, is dual radar. So it seems like this one has a radar on the front, radar on the back. It has 4K cameras all the way around, and you can get the LTE hookup so you can have real time. Hey man, somebody's walking by your car, sucker. You need to watch this, which is something that, you know, growing up in the 80s, we all thought would be the coolest thing in the world after watching Knight Rider. So, you know, having your car call you to tell you that there's someone around your car, especially if you live in an apartment or some sketchy place like that, hey, that'd be cool, you know, because like we don't, you know, we need a little bit more stress in our life. Oh, crap, there's somebody by the car. Let's run out there and do nothing or get shot. Yeah, either way, sounds like a lot of fun. Check them out, thinkware.com. And then we have Stinger showcases the new 12-inch Horizon. You got a chance to see this. What did you think?
It was a big screen.
It was a big screen. So the 12-inch Horizon has been out for a while. This is a custom dash kit, not custom. This is a plug-and-play dash kit, we'll call it, right? Yeah. That is designed to put the 12-inch in the Tombstone dash Chevy, Silverados, and GMC corresponding version of Sierras. Yeah, it actually looked fantastic. I'm pretty excited about this radio because there's a lot of people that want this giant type screen, and we know that the 12-inch Stinger radio has a pretty good track record. It's currently available in Jeeps, and we've done them, and they don't come back, so that's really nice. So being able to put something like this into a GM that looks nice, looks good, and functions really well. This happened to be in their Epic display vehicle that had the 83 speakers in it. That was just crazy. Yeah, it looked really nice. I'm pretty excited about that. The other thing that they had, did I put that up? I might not have put that up. They also had a 15-inch version of this screen and a Bronco, where they had custom, they have a custom bezel made for the Bronco. So if like you have the Bronco that doesn't have the bigger screen in it, like a lot of you do, you just have that small ugly screen and you like a nice big screen. They're kicking around. That was the one piece that they are on the fence about. Like they still want to come out with a 15-inch, but whether they're going to come out with the Bronco package, they're kind of like, because you have to remove the airbag to install it. And we're like, yeah, and I mean, that's kind of a thing. No big deal. Disconnect the battery and call it a day. Anyways, it comes with like all the pieces. It looked gorgeous in the Bronco. It was one of the very factory fit. They're getting really good at these kits, not looking cheap. The air conditioner vents in it matched the factory perfect, probably because you just pop those out and put them in. I was like, there's no way they're making these. So they probably just made it so you can recycle those into the kit. But it looked gorgeous. Hopefully they'll decide that they want to come out with that, because I think that would do really good in the Bronco community, because it was a very nice looking kit. Along with introducing a ton of new audio control products that we'll be talking about slowly but surely, because on December 1st, we're going to have our new contact at Audio Control in Jordan, and she's going to tell us all about the new
Speakers?
Yeah. It's not Elevate. Elevate is this. Altitude.
Altitude. Yes.
I know, everything's getting high.
It's getting high.
Yeah. So we have all the new Altitude speakers that are going to be dropping here really soon. So we're going to have her on to tell us all about the inspiration behind them and what to look forward to in the Elevate line. That's coming December 1st.
Altitude line.
Yeah. Moving on, you may have heard that Rockford Fosgate decided to get back into the automotive space. Not that they ever left, but some of you guys are really picky about how frequently manufacturers need to come out with new products, even though their products are still using technologies that everyone else hasn't even figured out how to do yet. Yeah, after 20 years. So, hey, a refresh is way overdue, and we got the new line of punch speakers, which we did do a first look video of Wednesday. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. It'll elaborate more on what Rockford has done. So I'm just going to cut this off here. So go watch that video and we'll tell you all about what you got coming out there. Also, new product news. Wet Sounds decides to get into the Harley Davidson with an all-new Harley kit at SEMA. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, both Wet Sounds and Rockford Fosgate are owned by the same parent company, and they're competing against one another. This is called Frat Boy Battle 1000. So 2 different divisions at the company own these things. So yeah,
they didn't change their names.
Hey, by the way, just so you know, JL Audio, or I'm AKA Garmin. Wow, these guys didn't change their names. They still operate as Wet Sounds and Rockford Fosgate and Fusion. And all of them battle each other for dominance in the space, which I think is probably really cool because it's keeping the company busy. When you're your worst enemy and your best friend, it can add to some healthy competition. So we did get a chance to head over to the Wet Sounds booth and see what their wares were. They make this really awesome, which you saw the Bluetooth speaker. Did you get to hear that? Did he play it for you?
Mm-hmm.
They make this really nice outdoor Bluetooth speaker that you can pair. It's rugged. It's got a replaceable battery. It is so awesome. I was like, what do we got to do to get one of those? Because I want one of those.
You can drop it in the water though.
You can do anything you want to this thing. You could kill somebody with it. It is so awesome.
Don't kill them.
No, don't kill anybody. They also built this custom golf cart just as a proof of concept because it's like, hey, we want, and by far, one of the coolest vehicles at SEMA in the audio space was the golf cart. You've never seen a golf cart made like this ever. Lee and the crew, Lino and the other guys, which I apologize for not knowing all their names, did an amazing job on this golf cart. Dude, it looked like they just popped it out of a mold. It was gorgeous. I loved what they used for grill cloth, that neoprene mesh.
Okay.
I was like, oh, this is cool as hell. Anyways, fantastic job. Wet Sounds was awesome. Moving on. We have 2 more big stories, or 3 more. Incriminator Audio, for those of you that are fans, are now rolled into Excess Power, aka Sundown. So in their move to make a conglomerate, they bought Incriminator Audio. So that's a thing. And then
Incriminator.
Yeah. One of the biggest stories there that people will not understand and do not understand is Metra enters the car audio market. Now, if you look, this is Jason from Metra. He's head of something, really cool dude. And this is their new radio. If you look at this black piece right here on top of the radio brain, that piece is designed to come off, and the module for that car plugs in. So there's no external modules anywhere in this application. You can see that little black box right there. That is the top of the radio. Those 6 screws come off. The module plugs into that. And, what am I doing? This one. There we go. Yeah. And that's it. So, and then you buy factory fit wiring harnesses. So it is truly a plug and play piece in the sense that it's just a harness. There's no more hiding boxes in the dash. There's no more nothing. It is designed to just pop in. Now, somebody in the comments says, is it going to be iData compatible? No, it's not going to be iData compatible because all the features that you would need for an iData piece are built into this box. It is an interface that will talk to the car. So all your air conditioning controls, hidden features in the thing, basically everything that iData is designed to retain is built into the module, which gets plugged into it and goes into the dash. Now, the couple things that are unique about it, as far as, hey, is that attached? Is the screen? It uses a standard cable system that is not theirs, so that if you need to go, you can. I think they test. What did they say? They tested it up
17. Right now they're working on a 17 feet.
Right, but they tested it up to like 66 feet.
Yeah.
Then it just still works. So
you're
brain
not gonna
60
need
feet.
16
Dude,
feet.
you might need 66 feet. What if it's in a Winnebago or something
You
like
want
that?
to leave it in your house?
Or needs to go upstairs. Either way,
yeah.
The screen is designed to be detached. Now they're coming out with different versions of it. So this is the float screen. They're also coming out with a 7-inch screen to just drop into the majority of the kits that they currently have. They're also working on new kits that are specifically designed for this radio. They've also come out with, in another line, Access has come, and it has a knob. Yes, it does. Yeah, I know, right? It's right there. You can see the silver knob right in the screen.
Yeah.
Of course, it has a knob. It is also a true DSP in the sense that they took the DSP that used to be available in their modules and have integrated it into this radio. They are the only people involved in this radio. This is theirs. They've worked on it for the last 3 years. So if they want to change something, it gets changed in-house.
They own everything.
If they want to come out with a 12-inch version of the screen to put in a Kia, which we talked about, they can do that. Actually, they're probably already working on it because I got the look, which means I can't answer that. But come on, really? So this is something that they can do. Now, the one thing that was the one question both of us asked, and we went there independently, was, does it have Toslink? And the response we got, does it need it? And that was a great question. And I couldn't answer it. Of course, Fernando did. And he said, well, yeah, because I might not want to use the DSP that's built in your radio. And I just might want to go off to my DSP and use something other than RCA's. And so Jason kind of looked at him like, that's a good point. So will we get a Toslink at some point? I'm sure some iteration of this, depending on how well the Kenwood radio does, we'll get one that has it. Right now, it currently does not. It's just 6-channel, 5-volt output. And what I mean by DSP is it has 6 channels of equalization. So you have 6 EQs, 1 for each channel, time alignment, all the stuff that you would hope for, level control, everything that was in their previous DSP. Because keep in mind, they have been doing DSP for a long time in car audio, even though people are like, oh, it's just a DSP, guys, slow it down. It's like, we don't have to solve world problems with it.
Audio lighting that is adjustable from the OEM. Yeah.
They, again, took some cues from the Horizon/High 10 of Stingers and made sure that all of their stuff will interact with this. What I was getting at, as far as, well, can I add somebody else's radio to this or anything? Because they are using this technology, doing iData-like solutions. They've come out with new modules, which they've been toying with for a while with Pioneer. They've signed up 5 more vendors to that, and I would call them all second-tier vendors because like Kenwood, Sony, Alpine, those guys didn't sign up for it. But hey, the thing is they're going to have to, or they'll probably get left behind because this is innovation on a scale. They see what Stinger is doing, which is basically, hey, we're tired of making dash kits for other people's stuff. We can do this. We can make our own radio. Why do we want to settle for part of the pie when we get the whole pie? So Metra. Now, the biggest complaint of all of this is the name, because it makes absolutely no sense. It's not easy to say. Proscenium or Processia, something like he said it to me and I go, really? Like, that's what you guys came up with?
I asked him, what is this for? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because I had Proscenium.
Yeah. It's like that right there. Okay. Like, come on, man. People can't even say Focal right.
Somebody comment, like, people can't even say Rockford Fosgate.
Yeah. And so they come up with something. But honestly, that's a pattern that Metra has done when their current high level to low level line. They came up with some really silly name that means audio. Anyway, so.
Now, why do you make it hard, though?
I know, you shouldn't. And the last story, real quick, is Pioneer launches new accessories. Okay, how do I say this in a way that isn't going to tick off everyone that loves Pioneer and or tick off Pioneer? Come on, guys, seriously? Like, what the hell? Just call it a day and move on, right? Could you just become the cheap? Just listen, if you're still buying Pioneer thinking you're getting Pioneer 4 years ago, even 5 years ago, you're not. It's not the same stuff. It is 100% cheap Chinese stuff. they set up a flea market tables out there, hired a bunch of people to come out and talk. And yeah, so on one side they had car audio, which was every cheap radio you could ever possibly think of, from the cheapest, most ridiculously priced crap to, oh yeah, we still have some of the old Pioneer stuff left. Yeah, flagships. Everything is pretty much garbage. Is the easiest way to say it. You know, it's all, to me, Pioneer by name thinks they can play with the big boys. Reality is their third tier product, guys, or second tier product, call it whatever you want. And to make matters worse, and to really put a nail in the coffin as far as I'm concerned, is the two other tables they had on the other side. As I said, dash cams were everywhere. Well, Jesus Christ, yeah, they had dash cams that go. They had every freaking dash cam that you could pick up on a street in a bazaar of Taiwan. Like, they were like, hey, we got this one. What do you think of this one? We got this one over here. Yeah. And then so like dash cams everywhere. Catazaria, which is supposed to be the premium audio out of Japan, they had that stuff there. Like, hey, we got a warehouse full of this crap. We need to get rid of something like speaker brackets. So, like, here's some aluminum speaker brackets. They're Catazaria. Like, these are classic Pioneer things. I'm sure they just got a warehouse full of them. They're like, yeah, man, we're gonna get rid of these things. They got to dump them.
I would say those
brackets are phenomenal.
But they're phenomenal.
Those are Japanese pieces, not this. So, like I said, they probably have a warehouse full of this crap that they got to move. Now, the fourth table was where all the humor was at, because you're like, what the frick? So, sitting in the corner was a giant 12-volt refrigerator that said Pioneer on it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for these things. There's plenty of guys out there that do campers and stuff like this. But this was Pioneer. This was a high-end audio brand that is no longer waving that flag. And right next to that, they had a tire pump. That's right. You get a flat tire? Quick, Mom, give me the Pioneer tire pump. Oh, wait, my phone is going dead. No problem. We have phone cases with solar panels on them. And, oh, wait, or just get the Pioneer battery pack for your phone. Oh, you need something to mount it to your dash because you're not using wireless CarPlay because ours sucks? Yeah, Pioneer, yeah, it's basically T-Mobile. Anything automotive that you could stamp a freaking logo on, Pioneer stamped their name on it. Yeah, they had little cell phone mounts. They had all the cheap crap.
Bluetooth gaming control. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Okay. And don't get me wrong. It's not like we don't buy this stuff. It's just the fact that Pioneer is doing it just screams crap. So, Pep Boy Special, everything. So, Rob Hi-Fi referred to it as the Kodak of car audio because, because Kodak was
Kodak.
It was Kodak, but now you can get like a Kodak alarm clock. So there again, it's just a thing. Listen, you be you. I have no problem with it. It's just kind of one of those things where you look at it and go, and my biggest complaint is this is a company that a lot of these manufacturers are chasing. So like when you look at like JVC Kenwood coming out with cheaper radios, they're doing it to compete with Pioneer. Pioneer isn't even a competitor of theirs anymore. They don't make products that compete. But because it says Pioneer and everyone is so like, oh, it's Pioneer. Oh, I remember Pioneer. They have to dumb themselves down and make lesser products because people don't understand that it is not the company it was once anymore.
It was good.
You can get your custom Pioneer toilet paper roller to wipe that shit up. Anyways, that's my one cuss word for the show. And at that, I'm sure I'll get some hate for that, and it's perfectly okay. I don't mind. I'll take the heat. I'm just sad.
You're gonna get canceled.
I'm totally gonna get canceled for ragging on Pioneer. But I feel like we all do that. I mean, we saw it with Garmin.
Whoa, that's this guy right there. I didn't talk. If you see,
yeah. If you need a Pioneer, just talk to Fernando.
Yeah, I take your money.
Yeah,
I don't care, man. I'm fine.
So, anyways. And listen, if I know some of the guys that work at Pioneer and they're great guys and they're just trying to make a living like everybody else.
All right, can you imagine if a Pioneer contact us and it's like, all right, guys, listen, you guys, your friend over here talk about
we started this channel on doing Pioneer unboxings.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I have a lot of love.
We're going to give you a contract, whatever you guys want to do.
So
I sign. Boom, done. Let's go.
well, don't get me wrong. At the first of the year, yes, we were in negotiations to do Pioneer unboxings.
Yeah.
And luckily it cost them way more than they wanted, and it was through a third party. I wasn't talking to them. They just wanted to use us because we do it really well. But the reality is that they didn't want to pay what the third company was asking them to do it. I don't care. I will do an unboxing for anybody because it's just data. It's just, I'm telling it's good, better, or best. People want to know what things to do. We do that.
It for money. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The cooler might be the best cooler in the world. And the cell phone chargers and batteries, it could be awesome.
They make really cool.
Yeah. It's not the thing.
Sets.
It's not that they make the things. It's that they're just, it's like when that is the flagship that everyone is trying to move towards. Because listen, Pioneer is still the 800-pound gorilla in the room as far as how many boxes those guys sell. But when the boxes aren't filled with the quality of product that they used to be filled with, it's dumbing down the whole situation. If you look at the company and how many industries they have brought to a standstill, that's what they do. They are fine losing money and just destroying a market to try to make money themselves. And that to me is wrong. And when, you have to have companies that don't do business like that, try to do business like that just so they can compete, it hurts all of us. It's just what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's okay. It's okay.
All right. Well,
I don't know. Pioneer's definitely not chasing Sony. No, Pioneer's chasing nobody. Pioneer doesn't care. Either way, you guys now have the news. It is Friday morning. Tomorrow is Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep. We'll be on taking all your 12-volt questions, having a fun time. You have a great day too, car gift. But for right now, you've got the 12-volt news. Just so you know, this is the 12-volt. We will not have 12-volt news next week. And then the week after that is Thanksgiving. So we got 2 weeks off of 12-volt news. So I'm assuming we're going to come back to no stories because there are holiday weekends in there. But
we can come out with the news of how was your trip. Yeah, we can do.
Oh, that's not no. So you guys have a wonderful day as always, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.